Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review, and I'm here today to talk to you about what I consider probably to be the greatest moment I ever witnessed in animation, and it came from a show called Ronin Warriors. Now, I don't even think I've ever talked about this show on my channel. One day I do plan on doing like a rundown review, but I have to like rewatch it first. I've watched it a couple of times in the past. I own the last couple of like episodes from episode 17 on up to the end. I've seen I used to own the three movies. I don't like the three movies. But like, cause I had like the box set, the DVD, but I want the entire thing. But I don't want to spend $60 on that, man. Why? Why is Ronin Warriors so much money? The DVDs are expensive. The toys are expensive. Why? Why are they so expensive? Like a 6-inch figure will cost you around $200 online. That is ridiculous. It's not even the people on eBay pricing it that much. It's the actual retail and everything. I don't get it. But anyways, this is what I probably consider to be just the most oh my god moment. I did not expect this when I watched this. I don't even know if I was a kid or a teenager or what, but I did not expect this. And it blew my freaking mind. Like, I've seen some animes before, not a lot. I'm not really into anime. I'm thinking about getting into it because I'm just so curious. But like, I don't know, like I'm afraid that it's gonna open my eyes to like a world I never experienced. And then I'm gonna have to like buy so many DVDs and watch as much as I can. Like I don't want to be obsessed about it. You know what I'm saying? And so like, but when it comes to me and anime, the only animes I've ever seen is Ronin Warriors, Sailor Moon, Death Note, and Digimon. But I've only seen Digimon seasons 1 through 4. I could not stomach 5 and 6. I just couldn't. And I've seen a few episodes of Pokemon, and I know I probably saw some anime from back in the 80s. I just don't remember what it is. I do remember seeing something very odd. It was a people like near like a beach house mountain type thing. I think there might have been like a green or orange helicopter. I don't know if it transformed into something different or not. I'm not sure what the world I watched back then. But when it comes to Ronin Warriors and the biggest oh my god moment, it comes with episode 19, Wildfire's Fight Against Fate. And so like, when I say this was the most oh my god moment I ever seen, this is still, even still to this day, the most oh my god moment I have ever seen. I have never seen anything like this in American animation, Japanese animation, like nothing. Like I've never seen anything like this before. I've rarely even seen it in live action. If I ever seen it in live action, it's probably Power Rangers and stuff. And to give you context of what had happened before this, basically there's an evil demonic being by the name of Topa, and he wants to reign all over the world, and he's been in prison for thousands of years. And so like, he has literally darkened like the world. Like there's like a cloud all over like the city of like Japan, probably the entire world, I don't know. But like all the adults are like missing or like asleep, and the only people left to do anything is like the Ronin Warriors, a group of 5. I don't know if they're teenagers or young adults, but they're male. And they're accompanied by a white tiger known as White Blaze that belongs to Ryo, and also a a woman named Mia. I think she's half Japanese, half Canadian. So she's half white, half Japanese. And what's that annoying little boy name? Is it Yui or something? No. I don't know, the annoying boy who I can't stand. That boy gets on my name. Not name, but nerves. I can't talk right now. I have a slight migraine right now. But like, he gets on my nerves. Why they always do that in animation? Why is there anime? Why is there always that one annoying kid, and that kid always gets slapped? But anyways, we never see how the Ronin warriors ever get their armor, but basically the armor called to them. And so they've been fighting for their life for the last couple episodes. Sometimes they're united, sometimes they're separated. They find themselves and the meaning to, like, their armor and who they are inside, the courage and like the willpower they have inside. And by doing, and then, since they're the heroes, there's the antagonists. There's a group of other, like, warriors who have armor. And they are like the evil warlord type people. And so, like, this is like one of like the final battles that we think is the final battle. You know what I'm saying? The dynasty is about to like win. The Ronin warriors went to this like other dimension to fight Topa and everything. The evil, like, armor warlords, they're trying to stop them. The ancient one is dead. And, it's do or die, you know what I'm saying? And we see them get picked off one by one. And Ryo is the last one. He's like the leader. And he gave it his all. He did all he could do. He fought as hard as he could. But it was too much for him. Topa beat him to the point of him giving up. And Topa is now literally about to win. And, he's calling on the armor to go back inside his chest along with the others and stuff. And it was like, oh my God, no, he won. The world is gonna like perish and everything. How could the Ronin warriors like accept defeat? You know what I'm saying? How could Ryo give up? He literally gave up as he slowly is like floating towards Topa. And then he kind of goes in this dream type state where, like, it's basically like he's going home, like he's done. You know what I'm saying? The armor is being called back to its master, but we don't even know it's his master yet. And he can see the other Ronin warriors, and they are comatose and everything. They cannot move, their eyes are closed, they're being drained of their energy. And he's literally talking about, like, he feels that he's at peace, he's sorry that he gave up and all this and that. And then all of a sudden the ancient one reappears in his dreamlike state. And he tells, like, the ancient one, like, dude, like, I'm sorry and all this other stuff. Like, I failed and everything. But he's tired. He has fought so long that he just wants to rest. And, he's just a young guy, you know what I'm saying? And it is then we learn the history of the armors. We see a very fascinating flashback of of Topa trying to like destroy the world back in ancient times, and this one warrior type dude with the white tiger, white blaze, is going to fight him, and he defeats him only for Topa to be perished for like 1,000 years. And so the ancient one who defeated him is very shocked and surprised that his armor is still in the their world and everything, even though he sucked his soul into that evil dimension. And so the ancient one realizes that this armor is too powerful to destroy. So instead, he siphons the power from the armor, and he created 9 armors. And Ryo, along with us, the audience, is very shocked and surprised to find out that the Ronin warrior's armor came from that of Topa's armor. And not only that, But the evil warlord type dude's armor is actually good. But Topa corrupted it many years later. And this is just like mind blowing and everything. And so the Ancient One apologizes to the Ronin warriors, talking about he never wanted them to fight his battle for them, but the armors literally called out to them and stuff so that they could take up arms. And so Ryo has already given up, but the Ancient One has given up as well. This snaps Ryo into wanting to fight again, because he now knows that the Ancient One is gone, the Ronin warriors are gone, there's nobody to stop Topa, and he begs and he pleads, and then he looks down at his fallen warriors and he tells them, I need your help, I can't do this alone. He tried to do this alone when they was all taken hostage and stuff, and he needs their strength. And at this point in time, I'm assuming, okay, they're going to wake up. They're going to help him fight. You know what I'm saying? I was not expecting to see what happened next. As Ryo's giving a speech and everything, we see the symbols on their forehead start to light up. And so Ryo's talking about how he needs this, and this for justice and strength, and so he can have the power. And then all of a sudden he teleports, beams out of Topa's chest, and he's now back in the land of the living. Topa is surprised. I'm not really surprised. I'm like, yeah, he's doing it, you know what I'm saying? And he perches himself on top of a ledge, and Topa's just talking typical bad guy type stuff. And Ryo's just standing there, and he's still talking about how he needs the help of the others. And then all of a sudden we see their forehead glow, and we see them beam towards Ryo. So it's yes, they woke up, but they didn't wake up. What happened next was crazy. The beams of light wasn't them, it was the power from their armor. And it went into certain places of Ryo's body. Then all of a sudden it starts shimmering this bright white light, and boom, all of a sudden Ryo has transformed from his red wildfire armor to the white inferno armor. I was like, holy crap, this is a holy moment or something like that. It's a miracle or something. It's what is this armor? I never knew it existed. It's all white with this gold horn type things on the top. The underpart of the armor is not black. It's a dark blue. And he's just holding his swords, and the mask part of his helmet it looks so menacing and wise at the same time. Normally you see just their entire face, but this is covering up to where you see just his eyes and his mouth. And it has a very mature look to him. He's just staring Topa down as Topa's just running off the mouth. And Topa, tries to blow him up, but he jumps off it. And then Topa's a giant, right? And so his Topa's sword, he slashes at Ryo, but Ryo takes both his katanas and he blocks the move. And it's so enormous because Topa is literally a behemoth and everything, and Ryo is still just a regular 5'11" dude, and he was able to withhold all that strength. He became jacked, he became uber Ronin warrior, right? And then he uses his final finishing move, and all of a sudden it's just this surge of white hot light that goes completely through Topa and busts open his castle and everything. And Ryo's not like giving up. He's like letting all the energy just like surge through his body, right? It is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. And so, Mia and that dude, they get on White Blaze and they head on out there because the entire building is coming down. This is how powerful this dude was, that he literally brought the entire building down. And then so when it's over, we see those balls of like colorful light go near Ryo as they're all falling down in this giant force field. The Ronin warriors are finally united again after being separated for a couple of episodes. And they wake up to see Ryo completely drained. He's no longer in the white armor, he's back in his red. Like they did it. They defeated the evil. And I assume, okay, that's it. Like, boom, you know what I'm saying? Series finale. But it's not over yet. There are more episodes to come. There is a price to pay with the white armor, especially when it comes to Ryo's swords. And then, of course, in the movies, they kind of just screwed the whole white armor thing up. And, but man, this was like the coolest thing I literally ever saw as a youngster. Like, cause I've never seen nothing like that. I've never seen people's powers combine to form one. Only time I've ever seen that is like Captain Planet, but it's never been like this. You know what I'm saying? It's not like Captain Planet transformed into one of the Planeteers, nothing like that. I mean, one of the Planeteers transformed into Captain Planet, but this was just like, dude. And of course, I've seen this duplicated like other times in Sailor Moon and Power Rangers, and it's just like, but this was like one of the first times something like this had ever happened, because this was made back in the 80s in Japan, but it came out in the 90s in America. And I can't wait one day to like rewatch this and talk about Ronin Warriors, because nobody talks about Ronin Warriors no more. It's almost to the point of being forgotten. Other than like the 3 movies, it's never been rebooted, revived, like nothing. It is literally forgotten and stuff. Whereas Sailor Moon keeps coming back, with reboots and movies and Power Rangers and Super Sentai is still going on. But Ronin Warriors is just like gone. And this is like early anime, old school animation, dingy colors and stuff, and no humor. Alrighty, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.